This is the Election Bureau. It's midday. Hello, good afternoon to you and welcome to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. The news is also live on all our partner stations across the country and around the world. We are live on citinewsroom.com. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Coming up, Organised Labour reiterates its commitment to a planned nationwide protest next week due to the president's failure to declare a state of emergency against illegal mining.
Between today and Monday, unless something changes. If not, my expectation is that organized labor's planned demonstrations will happen and then subsequently a nationwide strike action will take place.
Also coming up, Bank of Ghana reduces monetary policy rate to 27%.
The committee judged the risks to inflation outlook as fairly balanced. Given these considerations, the committee decided to lower the monetary policy rate by 200 basis points to 27%.
Still ahead in the bulletin, Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana joins strike by other unions in public universities to demand better conditions of service.
There are 5 revised allowances. Why have you paid 2? Because we agreed. We came into agreement. Why have you paid 2? But our counterparts, you have paid them all.
And later, over 60 companies gear up for this year's City Business Olympics scheduled for tomorrow at the Eden Heights Sports Complex at Weija in Accra.
Eden Heights Sports Complex, located at Weija, right behind the West Hills Mall, is a state-of-the-art sports complex. Now, it's a very, very pristine facility.
All that and more on Citi Prime News, which is live on all our affiliates across the country. In the Western region, you are listening to us on Ajunpa 100.7 in Takwa, Beach FM 105.5 in Takrade, Bono region, Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyain, Ashanti region, Ajunpa 99.9 in Carrier, Volta region, we are live on Heritage FM 107.3 in Hohoi, Freedom FM 88.1 in Sogakope, Northern region, Radio Gaki 88.3 in Saboba, Upper East Quality FM 88.7 in Garu, and Northeast region we are live on Nobia FM 98.1 in Nalerigo.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for your time. Let's start on the labour front. And the Ghana Mine Workers Union of Organised Labour says, barring any last-minute intervention from government, their planned demonstrations and strike across the country will take place on the 1st of October. Speaking to Citi News, the General Secretary of the Ghana Mine Workers Union, Abdul Mumin Gbana, reaffirmed the labour union stance, urging the president to declare a state of emergency and institute measures to safeguard water bodies and forest reserves from further devastation by illegal miners.
The situation continues to worsen. People are even emboldened more than ever before. And indeed, with impunity, you find videos circulating on social media where people feel emboldened to do galamsey even more, and they don't really give a damn. And so organized labor's determination to proceed on a demonstration and subsequently a nationwide strike is something that we are determined to do. And so between today and Monday, unless something changes, unless something happens, if not, my expectation is that organized labor's planned demonstrations will happen and then subsequently a nationwide strike action will take place.
He also expressed disappointment, noting that the president had an opportunity to address world leaders on measures to combat illegal mining menace at the United Nations General Assembly, but he failed.
You expected the president to be more forthright in communicating to the global citizenry, at least to the investor community and to, our development partners. People who travel in and out of this country must take solace in the fact that the water they drink is safe, the food they eat is safe. And so if you have a global stage, you have an opportunity to address a global citizenry of that nature, you ought to be very forthright. You ought to be serious in terms of your communication on the subject matter. Unfortunately, I didn't see that happen. And so it appears that the president himself has given up on the Galamsey side. He appears to be overwhelmed. He really doesn't seem to care that much. Probably, maybe he has a few more, weeks or months to leave office. But this remains a national issue. It's a matter that concerns the people of Ghana, and it's something that we should not negotiate, whether it's NDC, MPP, or any political party, regardless of which government is in power.
That was the General Secretary of the Ghana Mine Workers Union, Abdul Mumin Gbana. The president of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors, Dr. Anthony Akonweje, has called for government's collaboration with the Institution of Surveyors to find an end to the illegal mining menace. According to Dr. Anthony Akonweje, the institution is equipped with the needed technology to help in putting an end to Galamsey, which it is ready to assist with. He, however, called for a collective approach by stakeholders to fight Galamsey.
As an institution, we have presented or made several presentations on these issues, and we still make our commitment to the government and governmental agencies that we are still available. Our doors are open. We want to collaborate with the government so that we can address this issue that is worrying us. Again, we also took this opportunity to say that a lot more also dwell on us as citizens. You bear with me that when you move around and you see areas that people are mining, you wonder yourself whether people are staying there. At the core, at the middle of the villages, at the middle of cities, people see it. Chiefs see them. Local members see them. District assemblies see them. Regional ministers see them. What are we doing about it? So you see that it is not one-sided issue. It should be a collective responsibility for all of us to be able to deal with it.
You mean it must take a community approach?
Yes. I'm talking about all stakeholders. We must all be involved in. Like journalists, we have taken it up very well. So do chief should also take it very well.
Dr. Anthony Akonweje is the president of the Ghana Institution of Surveyors. The Katanga Alumni Association has denied plans to embark on a naked demonstration of fundraising to combat illegal mining activities, also known as Galamsey. The union says although it strongly abhors illegal mining operations, it has not sanctioned any event or fundraising activity for the purpose. The Katanga Alumni Association in a statement cautioned the public to desist from engaging entities on social media platforms who seek to extort money from them. The Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana, TUSAG, has commenced its nationwide industrial action over government failure to honor their collective bargaining agreement despite numerous promises. The association explains that the government's refusal to implement revised allowances for senior members of public universities as directed by the Ministry of Finance in May 2024 was a clear violation of their right. In an interview with Citi News, chairman of the Accra Technical University's branch of TUSAG, Dominic Ampao, emphasized that their members would continue to lay down their tools until their grievances are met.
Now we have waited and waited and waited and waited. Our colleagues, our counterparts, colleagues have received their own. They've even gotten arrears up to June. I mean, up to, what do you call it? Even up to date, rather, sorry, up to date. These 5 allowances, it is only 2 that the government has paid after the validation of the payroll. And we are saying that no, there are 5 revised allowances. Why have you paid 2? Because we agreed. We came into agreement. Why have you paid 2? But our counterparts, you have paid them all. We're supposed to have received it even June, July. We're supposed to have received it. So we're expecting it in June, nil. We're expecting it in July, nil. We're expecting it in August, nil. And we're still waiting for the government. And now, when the September validation came, the government has paid only 2 items of the 3, of the 5. 2 items of the 5. So, and we are saying no. But at the moment we have not received any letter from any of those government agents. We have laid down our tools, and we are sitting down until the government comes to pay us. We want to see it in our payslip. When it is reflected in our payslip, we'll come back.
Dominic Ampao is the chairman of the Accra Technical University's branch of the Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana. Now, education think tank Africa Education Watch has made a strong case for the deployment of technology to tackle examination malpractices. The West African Examinations Council WAEC has reported significant exam malpractices in the 2024 WASI at various centers. The cases, according to WAEC, include photocopying and distribution of answers, smuggling of mobile phones into exam halls, and posting questions on social media. Speaking to Citi News, Executive Director for Education think tank Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asari, emphasized the need to transition from the human interface approach in monitoring examinations.
We have, in our previous WASI monitoring report since 2020, recommended the deployment of technology to monitor examination rooms during WASI and BC. It is only when you have tech-driven external monitoring that we can sufficiently cover all centers. At the moment, WAEC does not have the capacity to deploy external supervisors to every center. They will definitely rely a lot more on GAS's own supervisors, staff of GAS, and we have indicated that if a headmaster or a GAS staff is supervising WAEC examination in a senior high school, we don't regard that person as external. They are internal because they are part of the GAS. And so until we are able to deploy CCTV cameras to every examination center and we use that camera to monitor the conduct of all persons, including the supervisors and the vigilators and the candidates in the examination hall, it will be very difficult or close to impossible to rely on the human interfaces to curb the growing incidence of examination room collusion.
Kofi Asari is Executive Director of Education think tank Africa Education Watch. The monetary policy rate has been lowered to 27%. Thus, it's a 200 basis point reduction and the second policy rate cut since 2021, following a tight monetary policy stance to tame high inflationary pressures. The policy rate has been kept at 29% for 9 months after being reduced from 30% in January this year. The decrease in the rate is expected to offer borrowers some form of respite, at least for the next 2 months. Addressing the 120th Monetary Policy Committee press briefing, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, said softening the policy rate is to reflect the recent ease in inflation and improvement in the economy.
Remittance flows and lower government external payments. In the assessment of the committee, preliminary data since the last MPC meeting held in July 2024 indicates that macroeconomic conditions have generally improved. Headline inflation has eased and growth has picked up. Fiscal policy implementation has been robust, providing impulse that is supportive of growth, while monetary conditions have remained tight and supportive of the disinflation process. Headline inflation since the first quarter has declined for the fifth consecutive month by 5.4 percentage points. Core inflation has also declined sharply over the same comparative period by 6.9 percentage points. These trends suggest that the disinflation process is on course. The latest forecast showed that the inflation will continue to ease towards the range target of 13 to 17% for the year and steadily track back towards the medium-term target of 6 to 10% by the end of 2025, bearing unanticipated shocks. At the current juncture, the committee judged the risks to inflation outlook as fairly balanced. Given these considerations, the committee decided to lower the monetary policy rate by 200 basis points to 27%.
Meanwhile, the central bank has launched the Ghana Gold Coin as a form of investment to discourage the hoarding of dollars. The initiative, which is part of the domestic gold program, is also to mop up excess liquidity on the market to ensure the local currency gains strength against its major trading currencies. The coin will be in 3 units, 1 half and quarter ounce coin, and will be sold in commercial banks in 2 weeks' time. The price will be published on the Bank of Ghana's website. Here's Dr. Ernest Addison, the governor of the central bank.
Bank to deepen our financial markets by offering other avenues for savers to invest. Everybody is getting up, rushing to buy dollar to save and put under pillows. You don't need to do that if you have options. Now, if you don't buy dollars, you go and buy treasury bills or bonds. We are giving you an opportunity from the domestic gold purchasing program to also buy gold. This is what we are trying to launch now, and we call it the Ghana Gold Coin. The Ghana Gold Coin is manufactured from Dory gold, dug out of Ghana, which has been refined to 99.99% purity. It is issued and guaranteed by the Bank of Ghana. It will be available in 3 different units. That is the 1 ounce coin, the half ounce coin, and the quarter ounce coin.
You heard the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison. You are still listening to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Still to come, over 60 companies gear up for this year's City Business Olympics, scheduled for tomorrow at the Eden Heights Sport Complex at Wager here in Accra. Details coming up shortly. Please don't go away.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is officially sold out. Now gather your colleagues, lace up your sneakers, and let's get ready to compete in the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Which company will emerge as champion and which CEO will win the ultimate CEO's challenge at the Citi Business Olympics 2024? Date 28th September 2024. Venue Eden Heights Sports Complex, Wager. Time 8 a.m. See you there. Get ready to compete, collaborate, and conquer. The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, experts in shipping logistics, Lozati Lozenges from Unicom Chemists Limited, and The Luckiest.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Yeah, welcome back. Let's do some other stories now. The National Democratic Congress, NDC, has expressed disappointment with the Electoral Commission's decision to dismiss the party's calls for a forensic audit of the Provisional Voters Register. According to the party, the EC's response indicates that the electoral body is not prepared to conduct free and fair elections. The EC contends that the legal and administrative mechanisms established to clean the register have not been fully utilized, making a forensic audit unnecessary at this stage. However, in a Citi News interview, Dr. Peter Boama Otukono, a member of the NDC's election committee, described the EC's response as flimsy and baseless.
Received and seen the letter from the Electoral Commission with a disappointment, and I think that the response of the Electoral Commission does not portend a serious electoral management body that is willing to run a free, fair, and transparent elections. The response is flimsy, it is weak, it is baseless, to say the least, and we believe that the Electoral Commission is joking with our democracy. Why am I saying so? We all know what provisions are there in the CI 91 and the CI 126. We all know the processes that usually the Electoral Commission will go through to prepare final register for the elections. And that is why along the line we have worked closely with the Electoral Commission and we have exposed them where necessary and we have brought errors and irregularities to their attention. All that we are saying with the forensic audit we are demanding for is that owing to the fact that the Electoral Commission was not able to detect all these errors itself, and we have had to do the discoveries and bring to their attention, means that there may be more.
Dr. Peter Boama Otukono is a member of the NDC's Elections Committee. The People's National Convention, PNC, says that disqualification of its presidential candidate for the 2024 election will have far-reaching consequences on the party's nationwide campaign. This follows the Electoral Commission's decision to disqualify the PNC's presidential aspirant Bernard Mona from the upcoming general elections after an assessment of his nomination forms. In an interview with Citi News, National Youth Organizer for the PNC, Mark Ewusi, expressed concerns that the disqualification may erode voter confidence and adversely impact the campaign of the party's parliamentary candidates.
It will also affect our campaign strategy because we'll then have to adjust our campaign strategy and we'll definitely shift our potentials as far as our resources is concerned. There is one thing that I have seen that is going to also be affected, which is the voter confidence. That the disqualification may erode the voter confidence in the party as far as our candidates are concerned. People or Ghanaians who might have wanted to vote for us because of Bernard Mona and his policies may not be able to vote for us, and this would affect the voter confidence. Again, media attention. We cannot, run elections or campaign without involving the fourth message of the realm, which is the media, because the media is the tool that will carry out our messages. Of course, social media is also going to play a role, but the mainstream media has about 70 or 80% role to play. And if our presidential candidate is off the ballot, it is going to be very difficult to gain some media attention. So in overall, we would accept and cannot run away from the fact that our disqualification of the presidential candidate will affect the party.
He had National Youth Organizer of the PNC, Mark Ewusi. Now, the Ghana Water Company Limited has acquired new pumping systems to enhance water production capacity in Accra, aiming to reduce water rationing in the capital significantly. Citi News' Jude Duncan visited the company's water treatment plant and has filed this report.
Residents of Accra can expect a notable improvement in water availability for both domestic and industrial use thanks to efforts by the Ghana Water Company to boost production. Before the recent breakdown of a water pumping system at the water treatment plant responsible for supplying nearly 26 million gallons of water to the Accra Tema Metropolitan Assembly, residents in Accra enjoyed a relatively stable water access. The malfunction led to a 20% reduction in capacity, resulting in widespread water rationing, particularly in western areas of Accra, including Achimota, Tesano, North Kaneshie, Dansoman, Kaneshie, and environs. Addressing the media after the acquisition of 4 new water pumping machines, Regional Chief Manager Engineer Charles Tulashi detailed the rationale behind acquiring the new equipment.
The total capacity of our average production is 120,000 cubic meters a day. So that is our daily. When you, it's about 26 million gallons a day. Now, within this, the last 3 months, we've had challenges with our old pumps that we are using. So it has reduced production to about 20%. We are short of production for about 20%. And this has affected areas such as part of Achimota, Tesano, North Kaneshie, Dansoman, and Kaswa corridor. So the amount of water which we are supposed to produce to our customers have been shortened by 20%.
A board member of the Ghana Water Company, Dr. Hamidu Al-Hassan, also emphasized that the purchase of these new water pumping systems was funded through internally generated revenue. He expressed confidence that the new equipment would restore full water production capacity, ensuring an improved water distribution for consumers.
What clearly we are trying to do is to do a restoration of capacity. If you are pumping, efficiency drops. With time, you would have to restore capacity. And that's what they've been doing with their maintenance team. So, but it gets to a point you just have to replace the machine completely. And that's what we are doing right now, clearly.
Does this alleviate any form of water rationing experienced by some public and water users, consumers in the past?
Yeah, clearly. If you were getting 26 million gallons from a facility, and now that has to drop to about 20 million, then or 21 million, then you know that definitely it's going to be, even 1 million gallons is going to create a deficit. So what that does is that for rationing, the purposes of rationing, if you are getting water 3 times a week, it might deteriorate. Those who are at farther places where pressures are not really very good, with one pump being down, it worsens the situation, and you might not even get. That's why we are very much concerned about. So we've directed the company, and fortunately, rightly so, they have reprogrammed their rationing schedule. So that's been done.
The Ghana Water Company Limited has assured residents in Accra, particularly in the western part of the capital, of their efforts to improve water distribution and production following the company's acquisition of a new water pumping system to augment the already existing systems the company has in terms of water production and supply. Reporting for Channel 1 News at the Weja Treatment Plant here in Accra, my name is Jude Duncan.
Now, Corporate Ghana is set to gather for the most anticipated annual sporting event tomorrow, where they will showcase their athletic skills, strengthen team bonds, and enjoy a day filled with fun and competition. The Citi Business Olympics 2024, the year's premier corporate event, will be held at the luxurious Eden Heights Sports Complex in Accra. Here's what you need to know.
On Saturday, September 28, 2024, the Eden Heights Sports Complex in Weja will burst with excitement as it hosts the much-awaited Citi Business Olympics. Over 60 companies will participate in this thrilling annual event, competing across a wide range of sports. Participants will vie for trophies and top honors in events such as basketball, seven-a-side football, arm wrestling, sack races, lime and spoon races, tug of war, ludo, chess, and owari. Frema Edunyame is the head of event and partnerships at Channel 1 TV and Citi FM, and she provides insight into the venue and the exciting activities planned for this year's edition.
The Eden Heights Sports Complex, located at Weja, right behind the West Hills Mall, is a state-of-the-art sports complex. Now, it's a very, very pristine facility. It has everything that you would think of, the right space that you would want to be in. You have all the various facilities all in one place: a football pitch, basketball court, swimming pool, lawn tennis court. You have proper gym, you have the games room, you have the table tennis room as well. We have a beautiful and a well put together food court that will be serving all the rice dishes, soup dishes. We have various drink stations as well. Don't forget that we also have sponsors who are bringing drinks. You know, we have Piva, we have Blue Jeans, and so they are all coming in. Lozati lozenges will be coming in as well. So, of course, the food court is one that you don't want to miss.
The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is organized by Channel 1 TV in partnership with 97.3 Citi FM and is sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drinks, Bethel Logistics, and Lozati lozenges from Unicorn Chemists Limited. This Saturday at the Eden Heights Sports Complex at Weja, Corporate Ghana is going to gather for the biggest sporting event of the year. That's the 2024 edition of the Citi Business Olympics, and over 60 companies are going to take part in this event. We'll be bringing you up to speed with that event. Reporting for CNL Business, my name is Nashika Caesar.
And that's how we end today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios at Adabraka in Accra. Please log on to citinewsroom.com for more stories. My name is Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Have a good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.